What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
What's up? It's a TLC edition of Corner to Corner Live. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's been a little while, but on BeyondRingside.com. Beyond Ringside Radio Network is live. We are in the house. Myself, Stan Grubb, and of course my tag team partners, Brian Taylor.
Hello, hello.
Rob Hefner.
Hola.
And welcome back to the man with the plan himself, Eddie Lane. Welcome back, sir.
It is good to be back, in the words of Wild Thing Rick Vaughn in Major League 2.
We missed you, buddy. I'm glad to have you back. It makes my job a lot easier because I don't have to press buttons. So thank you.
We just ran through. I don't think we stopped at all after the first week.
We
said, hey, do we need to take a break? And Stan's like, not on Spreaker.
Well, I mean, there's no commercials on Spreaker. Oh, boy. But it is good to be back. We're watching the ladder match, Intercontinental title on the line, Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, which has been a great contest between the two. Man, it could really go either way, and I think we'd be satisfied with the win here.
Yeah, it's been pretty eventful.
Oh, man. I still say he should have just stomped on the ladder there and just grabbed the belt. My match. I win. Oh, man. So there's tons of news going on in the world of wrestling. Eddie, I'm not sure if you've been brought up to speed as far as Flow Slam. Have you heard of this?
As far as what?
FlowSlam.tv.
No, I haven't seen Flow Slam since the last time Alice was in syndication on CBS.
That's a little different, buddy.
Kiss my grits? Okay.
So, FlowSlam.tv is the independent dream world for professional wrestling. We'll put it that way. You've got Evolve, you've got Shine, you've got PWG or PWX, ACW, and now it is the official home of House of Hardcore.
Oh, nice.
Last night, House of Hardcore 21 aired live on FlowSlam TV. I continue to be impressed with that network. The folks that are running the show there are top-notch. One, they're responsive to the audience. For example, I'm watching the FlowSlam exclusive match between Al Snow and David Hero and Damian Nelson and Abyss, in a cage, by the way. So I'm watching this, and the audio for the commentary beforehand is super low. Can't hear it. I send tweets out, maybe 2 or 3, because you know they're receiving a lot of traffic as it is. But almost as soon as I get the third one out there, boom, the audio's fixed. So, I mean, if that's not responsive, I don't know what is. Anyway, great network. The stream quality, I would say, reminds me of WWE Network when it not first started, but after a few months when they started working the kinks out. I'd say it's probably standard video, not HD just yet, but they're definitely improving. WWE is an investor for this company, so I think as we continue to see more companies get involved, the rumored WWE independent highlights are going to really start taking effect because we're going to start seeing that happen a lot more often. Anyway, House of Hardcore 21 last night was great. I really appreciated Tommy Dreamer doing, I guess you could say, an impromptu commentary session just before the exclusive match. But it was a good event last night. And, this could be it right here with Miz and, Oh, that's not just a low blow. That's a low bridge. Ouch. And Dolph Ziggler's, what did you say, Rob? His 16 kids are now in mourning?
He got kicked in the nuts.
He's got
I will not confirm nor deny that comment.
He needs this job.
So with Flow Slam,
He needs them news too.
And The Miz retains the Intercontinental title after kicking Dolph Lowe, putting him in his throat after that. Eesh.
Well,
All
did
right,
you
so
see him when he
Flow Slam
opened his
you
mouth right there? When he opened his mouth right there, you could actually see him.
Oh, that's nasty. So you were saying on Flow Slam?
you pay a monthly fee.
Yep, that's right.
Do you get the pay-per-views?
Yes. Now, here's the best part of Flow Slam. Now, it's a little expensive. When we first talked about this a few weeks ago, the cautionary note here, it is $20 a month. Now, the amount of Evolve events that happen each month, Eddie, what's it, 2 or 3?
Depending on the month.
Right. So you've got that. Also, with House of Hardcore now doing 2 or 3 different events. Sorry, I was distracted. With House of Hardcore doing 2 or 3 events a month during the fall months.
All right. More importantly, do you think Maurice wears that at the house?
Yes.
You know, like when Miz comes home, he's like, "Hey, honey," and she's standing there in that outfit, like, "Hello."
Nobody cares, Miz. Go to Raw.
Yeah, good idea.
You know, the thing is, though. Oh, jeez. Blah, blah, blah. Day 9. Shut up, Miz.
Day 19.
Yeah. Somebody get the hunkometer. Jeez.
All of a sudden, the crowd goes wild. I'm cool. I'm conking. I'm bad.
That actually would be funny.
Only if they let him win.
Yeah, just to do it. That would be great. And I'm not a big Honky Tonk Man fan, but that would be great.
And get Greg Valentine to come down there and like with his little like brace on his leg, turn it backwards.
I figured it out. Maurice has gotten the concept for the idea for her recent outfits as being the Victoria's Secret drum major for their band. She actually
That's good to have Eddie back.
She actually looks better now than she did during her last run with WWE. She looks healthy.
Agree.
She looks
a
healthy.
lot more normal. You know what I mean? She doesn't look stick figured.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think they should have more focus to that anyway because of the fact that... Uh-oh. No, not my dog co-pilot. Oh, sorry. It's okay. They took my dog away. Ugh. So anyway, we were talking about Flow Slam as far as cost. It's $20 a month. However, you can
That was just a random thought from the Tourette syndrome of Stan.
Yeah, right.
Fart dog.
You can pay for the year. You can pay $120.
Well, that's not bad.
That breaks down to maybe $130, but the total per month it breaks down to $12.50 a month. But if you take into account all of the shows you're getting, plus archives of Dragon Gate USA, which that in and of itself, that's just tremendous wrestling. Plus the independents that are continuing to come in. Beyond Wrestling just signed in with them. PWX, Pro Wrestling Experience, just signed on with them. ACW, which is out of Florida.
Right.
Full Impact Pro out of Florida as well. Gosh, there's a good number of them. And they're continuing to build partnerships with all of these companies. So if you're truly looking for an alternative out there, here you are listening to us talk about TLC, and we're talking about another wrestling alternative. There you go. It's flowslam.tv. I certainly recommend it to any hardcore wrestling fan, but make sure you're aware of the cost because it's not the $9.99 per view. We'll put it that way.
And that's a good thing.
I mean, I'm not unhappy about it. I think cost-wise, it would bother me more if there were less events. But he's got so much content on there already that WWE doesn't own.
How much would you pay for per se a Dragon Gate or Evolve pay-per-view?
Well, I think Evolve is like $20, $15-$20.
Yeah, the pay-per-view alone for Evolve is about 25, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe even 35.
Yeah.
They might be going what Ring of Honor does. But the problem that was previously with Evolve, and they had the same problem that Ring of Honor did, was for online streaming, it wasn't always the best quality.
Right.
Well, that's not the case here with FlowSlam. They actually have put the effort forth to make sure they've got server space that can handle all of the bandwidth, all of the folks that are watching. Plus, I mean, I like the fact that it's more of a grassroots kind of feel. These are just two guys that started with Flow Sports, and the YouTube video they have on their page, it's about 10 minutes long, but it's basically two guys that started driving in their van, going from sporting event to sporting event, and they just kept on filming these events that no one else was filming. We're talking collegiate level wrestling, track and field, basketball, boxing. Gosh, there's a whole lot of them. There's also UFC or MMA there, which that's just a part of it. If you pay for the year as part of your membership to FlowSlam, you actually have access to Flow Sports, which is all of their events. So thus far, I don't have a reason to not.
That's a hell of a deal.
Yeah, for $20 a month. I mean, it's basically getting rid of ESPN as we know it now,
right?
And watching something that's actually covering sports again, which is nice.
That was the dumbest spot.
Worst. Darren Corbin needs.
This segment was brought to you by FlowSlam.
Yeah, right. Hey, we will do sponsorships. I'd love to do a sponsorship. Let me just
send us a password. That'd be good to go.
I mean, I'll take a password. I'll take free. Free is the magic number. Coming up next, we've got Kalisto versus Baron Corbin in a chairs match. If you're just joining us, starting the night tonight, the tag team championship between Rhino and Heath Slater against the Wyatts ended up seeing the Wyatts, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, winning the tag team championship. So that is, in the entire time we've seen Bray Wyatt, that is his first championship.
Oh, did he have one?
And only his second pay-per-view win.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought Rated RKO actually was the World Tag Team Champions on Raw once.
That's right. Randy Orton was Randy was tag champs with Edge, but he was also tag champs with John Cena.
And
but look at the stats. That's kind
and
of
he was also tag team champions with himself.
So I guess he would.
Was he tag champ by himself?
Who?
Randy Orton.
Yeah, him and his ego and his other personality were like.
Rob, stop hating on Randy.
I mean, I'm not a huge Randy fan, but I like the fact that Bray Wyatt's a champion now.
So Husky he never held it with Husky?
Believe it or not, Husky Harris never did anything. Sad but true.
Him and what's one of the other ones that never did anything? what's Henning's son?
Joe McGillicuddy.
Yeah,
Michael McGillicuddy was what his name was. McGillicuddy was a tag champ.
Yeah, but was he with Husky?
No, it was Curtis Axel and was it Heath Slater? It was one of the Nexus members. It was when they were in the Nexus.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about. When Husky was in with them.
Well, I guess you could technically say that Husky held a belt because I think they did the Freebird role.
Oh, and so you let him hold it one time?
Yeah.
Here, hold this, bud. I'm getting popcorn. Hold this.
Oh man.
And Nikki Bella beat Carmella.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella beat Carmella. Carmella.
Can you even call that a match?
Carmella Bella.
Seriously.
And Carmella Bella. Yeah, however, I will have to say I'd like to know where Carmella got that shiner.
Apparently, I don't know for sure because I only saw what I thought.
Dave's remember told him.
Apparently, Nikki Bella actually caught her with that forearm in the face.
Yeah, that was a fine shiner.
Yeah. I don't see why they keep Carmella with that same music. Like nobody
He's got a shiner too.
Kalisto looks like he's ready for something. Oh, nope. There it says nope. Nope. It's just a whole lot of nope for Baron Corbin right now.
And Carmella did admit that Natalia was
Yes. Which, I mean, it was either going to be her or Charlotte, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, Kalisto's getting squashed here. Night, Kalisto.
So should we take this opportunity to congratulate the new NXT World Champion?
Yes. As of 3 o'clock this morning, whatever the time it was in Japan, new NXT champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, defeating Samoa Joe in Osaka, Japan. Pretty good deal. Hey, I did see photos, I was telling Brian about it earlier, of, I don't know his first name, I'll probably botch pronouncing it, but Okada celebrating with Nakamura backstage. I thought that was pretty cool. What a coup that would be to bring Okada over to NXT. Would love that.
Oh, they would have to go on the main roster.
I mean, Okada's main roster ready, in my opinion, but I think Nakamura is too.
Yeah.
But with this, there's two different schools of thought that I've been reading about. With Samoa Joe, it could be that this is his time to get called up, or they're going to keep feuding and have the belt get passed back and forth between him and Nakamura. Yeah,
that kind of gets old to me. It's kind of like Charlotte and
Sasha. Well, you don't think they're going to make it to WrestleMania with that feud?
Well, I think they need to take a break. If you think about it, how quickly Charlotte's going to be.
Yeah, at 16.
At 16. And even Sasha. Because Charlotte wins at the pay-per-view and Sasha wins on TV.
So, Rob, what'd you think of the bank statement over the guardrail?
Well, I thought it was a great move. And I thought that the reaction of the people behind her was hilarious.
That one dude was way too excited.
Like, the one guy was, like, staring right at, like, he had that look like, yeah, that's Sasha Banks right there. You're like, yeah. And then, like, the guy beside him was like, no, don't tap Charlotte. No. It's real to me.
I didn't see Dave Wills in the audience.
But I would like to give this match between Baron Corbin and Tatanka Jr.
Okay, score.
Mini Tonka.
Yeah, mini Tonka. Well, cue the Bobby the Brain Heenan comment. Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Squirtonka.
Squirtonka. Oh, man. Yeah, this is not a good day for Kalisto. Or Tatanka 2.0.
Micro Tonka.
Micro Tonka. I like that.
And remember, if it doesn't say Micro Machines, it's not the real thing.
Oh. Whoa, Kalisto's getting fast. What the? I think our video just caught up for a second.
This is what you get for $9.99.
This wouldn't happen with Flow Slam.
Whoa.
Oh.
Probably right. Oh, now it's slow motion. Well, it's Baron Corbin, so he's not going to be moving too fast.
See, that's the WWE people hold to the server going, yeah, make fun of us again.
There's crazy, dude. He must be a Corbin fan.
Hey, creepy guy likes Baron Corbin.
The only one in the arena standing.
In the middle of the chairs match, they go to a kiss cam. What the heck? You two should kiss.
All right, come on, Stan.
Well,
You're just
by the
jealous
way,
because you wish you could hook up with him just so you could go to every pay-per-view.
I mean, if it meant I had front row seats, I might have to consider it. I'm just saying.
Is that all it takes?
I mean, to every pay-per-view?
I'm not giving it up.
that'd be a no.
It's going to take a special occasion like WrestleMania.
I don't care if you do front row seats and put a diamond on it. It's not happening.
So if you put a ring on it, you're saying it wouldn't work. Oh, man.
By the way,
But
guys,
you throw in a couple collectible chairs and it's like, Stan's all giddy.
Look at me!
Get mesmerized by the wrestler chairs.
especially
whoa! What's up?
especially if they're
One more,
autographed
I
by
have a
Batista.
set I have a dining room set.
Oh,
He's holding out to the character table.
Do me a favor. Let me ask this one now. You make a reference to a new NXT champion as of a little while ago. Don't forget, earlier this weekend, also crowning another new world champion, and that's Kyle O'Reilly over in Ring of Honor.
I can't believe they did that so soon. I mean, it must be it must be that Adam Cole is not re-signing.
Speaking of re-signing,
the
Bucks of Youth, as Matt Hardy calls them, has re-signed with ROH.
Too sweet to me, brother. Hey, and speaking of Matt Hardy, Matt Hardy inviting all tag teams from all shapes and sizes, past, present, and future, to join them during Apocalypto. Matt Hardy's a genius.
Matt Hardy is the hottest thing in wrestling today, if you can believe it.
I mean, 5 years ago, would you have said Matt Hardy?
No. I wouldn't even thought Matt would still be around.
5 years ago, we were still calling him Fat Hardy.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't get it together. He was in horrible shape.
He wasn't broken Hardy. He was broke Hardy.
He was broke Hardy.
Well, then he married up and outkicked his coverage.
All right, so let's start at the beginning with this. All right, so Matt Hardy, about a week ago, I think, put out a text that he wanted to buy TNA.
Join the club, man.
Right. And then he said that he
Who wants to buy the Titanic of wrestling? Really?
Well, I'd love to see it in Matt's hands. I really would.
Would he delete it? Delete!
Everything's from the compound. You know?
No more ring.
No more ring. Yeah,
just
from
in
the
mud.
compound. In the big slop.
Shoot the Roman candles at each other for the title.
So then he comes up. The next tweet is like he wants to do another show from the compound,
right?
The Hardy compound, and then he says that it's gonna be called Apocalypto.
Mm-hmm.
Then he shows up on ROH and challenges the Young Bucks or whatever, invites them.
Says he's gonna bring Brother Nero and delete the Bucks of Youth.
Correct.
in the honorable ring.
The Bucks have.
Well, he wants to have it at his compound so he can join the long list of debitors that are owed money by TNA.
You know, with the money he's made, well, actually, he may not be making any money. Unfortunately.
Who?
Matt Hardy.
Well, you think most of the vignettes were probably made at. Most of his best work's been made at his compound with a GoPro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
His drone, Vanguard.
Well, I'm sure he's probably getting something from the drone company.
Well, I would venture a guess that at this point, with Anthem, the parent company of the Fight Network, people are probably getting paid now. I'm not going to predict that TNA will survive because I think it's still way too early to tell. But with this new company that is basically giving Dixie Carter money, I think they're going to stay around for at least a little while longer. Oh, watch out, fans!
What?
I think we're just a few pay-per-views away for the world champ to be standing out there, and then no chance hits, and Vince comes down and just takes the title off, saying, "I'm taking that now. I own it. Thanks."
I'll make a bold prediction.
Or somebody dressed in Repo Man outfit just comes out going, "Hey, you ain't made the payments on that."
Repo Man.
I'll make a bold prediction that if he pulls Apocalypto off, Dixie will be done.
Well, I was reading something the other day. Not going to tell you from where, but apparently with this,
we know where it's.
Well, with this acquisition,
it rhymes with.
Dixie Carter's going to be out of power.
Oh, you have to put it. You have to give it to somebody that's going to return your investment, and she can't do it.
Well, here's the $1 million question: who do you put in charge, Matt and Jeff? Because you can't put John Gubrick in charge; he's a moron. Dixie clearly can't do it. Much as we respect and appreciate Al Snow, he can't do it. Taz is gone. I would have thought the creative thoughts from Taz could do something like that. But who else do you have? I mean, you're not going to have Eddie Edwards booking the territory. You know, I mean, who books it?
I would have to go with Matt.
Grado.
Great. Rockstar Spud. Eddie, who
That's
would you
Commissioner Rockstar Spud to you.
Commissioner Spud. Eddie, who would you put in there?
Shane.
Shane McMahon or Shane Helms?
Sure as hell wouldn't be Shane Helms. Sorry about that. Hi, what's up?
The answer is yes.
No, seriously, when it comes down to it, as far as somebody behind the scenes, I think they really screwed the. Okay, I'm not sure who I believe less when it comes to the Dixie versus Corgan situation. We've all come to find out over the years exactly how poorly TNA does actual business with people. Right. And I didn't mean to do the Dusty. I was just in the middle of trying not to cough. Because I actually wanted to say some darker things about Dixie Carter and the way she does business.
Don't hold your tongue, if you will.
After midnight Eastern,
let it go.
Go through hard times.
Yeah, I love that promo from earlier tonight.
That was really good. Ambrose hit that nail on the head.
Ooh, just like Kalisto in a home run cut on Baron just now.
Oh, yep. Ouch.
I'm about 7 seconds ahead of you.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, look at that shot on Kalisto's back.
That's all right. I'm like 15 seconds behind you.
Now,
Rob's like, no, oh,
crap. But no, I mean, as far as inside the company, I really don't know who I would put in place if there were to be a genuine, like, card-carrying authority figure, commissioner, general manager, whatever. Dixie's character is as flat as cardboard. They really, I mean, look, I just took over as commissioner of Peach State. If Dixie wants to double my pay, I'll actually work with TNA as well.
That's provided she gives you money.
Yeah, I ain't doing it for 2 hot dogs and a Coke. Screw that.
Maybe she'll pay you in Skittles.
I'm not Marshawn Lynch.
Nobody pays me in gum.
Skittles aren't gum, Stan. Nice try, though.
I know. 2 jokes in one. Oh! And Kalisto's dead.
Well, he still thinks the preacher was meaning that he just wanted to hold a private prayer session.
You know, it's funny. Whenever you mention wrestling and preacher, I flash back to the storyline between Billy and Chuck.
Oh, yes.
When it was, did somebody say 3 minutes?
Dude, Kalisto is dead. Night, Kalisto.
He will be now.
Oh!
Look, they broke a chair.
Ugh.
There's a piece of chair broke off.
Here lies Kalisto. He never scored.
Well.
Ouch.
This is actually a better match than... This is actually a better...
Stan would be familiar with.
There you go.
Hey. Why is it going to be like that?
It's corner to corner. It's always like that.
All right, fine. You got a point there.
You come for the wrestling talk, you leave with a buzz.
Oh, well.
I was going to say we got like 4 or 5 points, but that's okay.
That just looked ugly.
We should also mention, too, that the Rock and Roll Express have apparently accepted.
Ricky and Robert are going to be at Apocalypto.
Hey, buddy.
I'm kind of tired.
I'll be down there in Chucky, Tennessee, and why don't you come down there and see my wrestling school at Chucky, Tennessee? And
School of Morton.
I think it's good. School of Morton, come down there and learn some wrestling, and, for some good buddies.
Robert, we're over here.
What the hell is going on?
Which way is he looking? Oh, man. Now, why is he... Oh, there he goes, yelling at Mauro Ranallo. Oh, yeah? I mean, you just killed a midget, man. You shouldn't feel too good. Eesh.
I want this phone.
That match was like Tatanka's career.
Oh, painfully short. Ouch.
Was that just painful?
Okay, why of all the announcers did Mauro top up and run away? Tatanka's like, yeah, okay, I don't care.
Right. Well, neither one of them are going to stick up for him, so they're just going to be like, whatever.
David Atunga's like, my wife will shove her Oscar up your tail.
There's one guy reaching out there in a Cowboys jersey trying to get Baron Corbin to give him 5. That ain't happening.
There's 2 problems. One, you're rooting on Baron Corbin, and you're wearing a Cowboys jersey.
Wow.
Got to give credit. The Cowboys aren't exactly sucking this year.
No, they're kind of...
Sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting postseason. We'll see where everything falls.
Well, unfortunately, my Falcons lost today, and my Raiders, I didn't get the final score, but they weren't doing too hot.
I thought they won. Let me pull that up.
Okay.
Man, oh man.
I think the Falcons did win.
Nope, lost by 1.
Oh.
Ugh. Yeah, not Minnesota, but Seattle is beating Carolina, continuing to pound my team into the dirt.
Isn't that kind of like a dollar prostitute on Saturday nights? Who hasn't beat up?
Ouch! Hey, that's not nice.
Look, I have all the respect in the world for the Panthers organization. I don't know what's happened, but apparently people have just stopped playing for the damn team.
Well, I think, honestly, I was telling Brian earlier, I think the coach just dropped back to punt this season. As soon as everything started looking like it was a challenge, he was like, we're done. Threw in the towel, which is not good. Alrighty. So we got Natalia talking to... Who is this announcer backstage? She's a new girl.
Talking about the hot brunette?
Yeah.
Well, the battery ran out.
She's the future of the temp agent.
The temp agency. What?
And on this podcast, we will not mention the name Panthers or Cowboys.
Come on, man.
That's good. Stan can go back and edit them out because right now this is not a podcast. This is live radio.
How do I get in?
Well, sorry to offend. Sorry.
And was it just me, or does the new interviewer backstage bear a little bit of a resemblance to a younger Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah, there's some similarities there.
Yeah. I mean, other than being just really attractive and articulate, I can go with that. See, I don't care if somebody's holding a microphone backstage. I don't care if they're straight off the cover of GQ or Maxim. Can you be articulate? Can you be intelligent? And can you actually conduct an interview? Those are my criteria.
Those are some really hard criteria, apparently, in the WWE.
Especially for WWE.
Yeah.
Can you chew bubblegum and walk at the same time?
Carmelo, you're fired. It is weird seeing 4 broadcasters at that table. And they're all crammed in there.
I'm sorry, the guy that was in the back, the guy in the beard, who is he?
Tom Phillips?
Yeah, like, he just seems like that guy who's hanging out with a group that they just really haven't told him to go away yet.
He kind of reminds me of Todd Pettengill. He
kind of reminds me of me in our group. Like we just haven't told Rob to leave, but... Okay.
Wow. We would never do that to you.
So this is a tables match.
Yeah, this could be a good one. Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss here for the SmackDown Women's title.
And if I didn't need any another reason to like Becky Lynch, I was listening to a certain interview of hers, and she said she's a huge Pearl Jam fan.
Yeah.
And so, and I like the fact that, like, the interviewer asked her who her favorite WWE star was from the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
And no time did she say this superstar's name.
Oh, yeah. She did kind of leave Austin.
She mentioned all these other superstars, and then it's like, awkward.
Actually, do me a favor.
Yes.
You make a reference to Eddie Vedder, and I have to go ahead and give a very huge tip of the hat. This past Friday night, NASCAR held their annual award ceremony and banquet in Las Vegas, Nevada, and showing up to pay tribute and give his own tip of the hat to retiring driver of the number 14 Mobile Chevrolet is Eddie Vedder himself from Pearl Jam, longtime friend of Tony Stewart's. And
I didn't know that.
A lot of people do not know that Eddie and his wife have a charity organization that they are spearheading that is working to help find a cure for I cannot remember it to save my life. I'm going to look it up, and I'm doing a great disservice by not being able to call it right off the top of my head. But it's one that actually is for a skin condition by younger kids where basically their skin is fragile to the point where if they try to scratch an itch, they create an open wound.
Right.
So,
yeah. I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of the name.
Yeah, and apparently Mike Helton came up to somebody in addition to Helton came up to interrupt
Rick Hendrick.
It was Rick Hendrick. Thank you. You saw this.
Yes.
Rick Hendrick came up and said while Eddie was still there, is like the way that this has reached out and touched all of us. The NASCAR and motorsports community has come together, and we would like to present you with a check for your charity for $1.9 million. I thought Vedder was going to stroke right there on the stage.
Well, did you see him collapse?
Yeah, he dropped to his knees.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was awesome. The fact that just shows you like how the NASCAR community will surround themselves. You know, like you always hear about these different drivers who have all these different charities, and I think of time too. I'm like, do these guys ever have a chance just to sit at home?
No,
you know, because it's like, hey, if you come to my charity event, I have to come to yours. Well, then that's like, 20 drivers, and then you're going to 20 events, but for them to turn around and give to a charity like that, I mean, and it showed how humble Eddie Vedder was about it.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that my pet peeve is I wish NASCAR would change the way they do their awards banquets. I mean, this was the first year that I can remember that you went into the banquet not knowing who the most popular driver was going to be.
Like you didn't know who it was going to be.
I mean, for the 14th year in a row, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. But,
right.
They might as well just change the award to, hey, this is Dale's unless you can say better.
Well, didn't that used to be Bill Elliott's award?
Well, see, it was Bill Elliott's until Bill Elliott finally took himself out of the award. The only reason Bill Elliott stopped losing it is because Bill Elliott said, I don't want to be considered. The same thing Oprah did for the Emmy Award for Best Talk Show. But to me, it's like this time NASCAR needs to, and somebody should have told Alexa Bliss not to wear that lipstick. But
right.
Quarter to quarter's makeup consultant is here.
I mean, I'm never going to tell Alexa Bliss to go away, but I think NASCAR needs to change from the whole banquet style that they do and do more like what the NFL Honors does. Hey, here are you get the Rookie of the Year, and you say, all right, here are the 4 Rookies of the Year. Boom, here's who wins. Instead of doing the whole, and then God love them, find somebody else besides Jay Moore to host the thing.
Jay Moore was horrible on that show.
I mean, nobody laughed. None of his jokes were funny.
No.
And
I don't know
who who I felt sorry for? I felt sorry for Sting.
Yeah.
Because it's Sting sitting there somewhere going, what the hell, man? Like, I'm at the Coliseum yesterday, and now I'm at this, breakfast.
No, I love the song that Sting opened with. I mean, the first time that I'd heard it. Yeah. And then turn around from there, and when he did Message in a Bottle, it's like mark-out moment for me, because that's one of my favorite tracks by the Police.
But, I mean, I think it's great that they had somebody like that, but to me, the production value is just off with the NASCAR award banquet.
Well, it kind of made me feel like he was doing the special musical guest for Saturday Night Live.
Right. But then it's like, you got everybody came out and said, hey, congratulations, Jimmy, on da-da-da-da-da-da. But all the drivers did is get up and say, hey, it was a great year. Let me thank, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
There was no allure to it. It's like if you want people to tune in, I mean, I think it's great that they moved it from New York to Las Vegas. But I think they should have the last race in Las Vegas. Put the last race in Vegas and say, all right, who's going to win?
I think it would help if they didn't have so much time in between Homestead and the banquet.
It's just...
I always thought the the banquet came off kind of, I don't know, you'd think it to be a bigger celebration.
It came across more like... Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Well, I think that one of the problems is all the awards that people care about are given away at the Myers Brothers banquet.
Yeah.
That's not televised. So, like, if you could combine the NASCAR awards banquet with the Myers Brother luncheon and give away all the awards, and then also let's combine all of the series, like let's just do a big night in Las Vegas with all of them. But hey, what do I know?
And thing about it is, I'm watching this like they're doing the Myers Brothers results, and I'm sitting back going, well, what would the Oscars do if they had, in ceremonies held earlier today, the movie or the winner for Best Picture was, really? Why not just go ahead and, let's drop the black tie and tuxedo crap. I love the concept that it does it, and everybody needs to clean up well every once in a while. But let me tell you something. This is NASCAR. Suit and tie is cool. The ladies don't have to wear formal gowns. And let's go ahead. You're right. Bring in all three major series. Bring in Xfinity. Bring in the trucks. And bring in the now Monster Energy Cup Series, or whatever the hell it's going to be called.
Yeah, the Monster Energy Cup Series.
Yeah.
Is that what used to be known as the Busch Series, or is it going to be the main series?
The main series is now. Go ahead.
Yeah, Sprint left.
Wow.
Their agreement was over, and so then.
I know that we're in the whole PC era, but it still, to me, seems like I'd rather just call it the Winston Cup.
Well,
I know that's kind of an unpopular term, but whatever.
Hey, look, I love the Winston Cup Series.
Yeah, I think it's what everybody believes, like,
right.
Back when Winston first left and Nextel took over, the big concept was, can you call somebody? Can Richard Petty be called a Nextel Cup champion when he was, when he didn't win one? And then it's like, well, what you're doing is you're buying. It's just like when WWE bought WCW. There I am. Thank you. You're welcome. Tying it back to the wrestling. That you have to include the lineage in the current history.
Oh, we could be seeing the end of the matchup right here. Becky Lynch going for the suplex outside the ring. Bliss fighting it off. Wow. Oh! We could be seeing the ending either way.
Alexa Bliss is cute, and she's reasonably athletic, but she seems like somebody who would be more fit for the remake of the Santa Claus 3.
Wow. So, you're not an Alexa Bliss fan? I like Alexa Bliss.
I never said I wasn't a fan. I just said the way that she carries herself makes me think she should be an elf in the Santa Claus.
She's got a lot of fire to her for a lady that's only, 5'1" or something like that.
On a good day.
Right. Man. Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the NASCAR talk, but...
Actually, he brought it back around to wrestling.
Yeah, you did. You're like, this is my show, damn it.
There we go again. Jeez. Oh, she's biting her. She's hungry, I guess.
It gets hungry.
Yeah.
Crab. They had to cut budgets. Crab service.
I guess that's Irish fingers. Is that what that is? Man.
So are those dots on Alexa Bliss's back, do you think those are piercings, or do you think they're just makeup, like jewel dots?
Weird. Man, oh man. If it's piercings, that would hurt really bad. And I don't want to imagine that. But I didn't think you could get your back bedazzled. I'm just saying.
Do you notice how that ref always keeps a better and closer attention when the women are in the ring?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he wants to be close to the action.
Yeah, like when the dudes are in there, he's like at the other turnbuckle going, "Hey guys." But when the girls are in there, he's like, "Hold on, I can't feel your breath."
Hey, shout out to the real grappler, Len Denton, the grappler, following us on Twitter. That's pretty cool. Hello. What up? Hi.
Hello, grappler.
Hello, grappler.
Stan, I think we need to get Tom Filsinger on here to sometime to referee a rematch.
You know what? I think we need to send him an invitation and provide that. Although I think that Kraken might be barking up the wrong tree.
No, Kraken wants rematch. Kraken was screwed.
I mean, I think he's
you
just
little
upset.
person. No. You little person. You give me my rematch. You think Rusev is hero for country. Kraken is God for country.
You got a better accent than Rusev, that's for sure.
And definitely better than Lana.
You know what drives me nuts about that is that Lana is on Total Divas and no accent, but we see her on TV and like, come on, man, it just doesn't work for me. I know we're not in that time anymore, and maybe it's just bitter old man in me or whatever, but it's just annoying.
Well, I actually watched, and I admit it, I watched an episode of Total Divas the other day because I've been stuck in this hotel for 2 weeks, and but I have to give The Miz for his acting ability, because the episode was where Maurice bought the house without asking.
Uh-oh.
They go to show this house, and how much do they want for it? Well, it's listed for $400,000, but I got it for $390. He's like, what?
Dead.
Oh yeah, I bought it. It's ours.
Dead.
Congratulations, here's a house.
Yeah, and this is right after she brought home a new dog from the shelter, and then he's leaving for Marine to film Marine 5, and he goes, I got to be able to know that when I leave for 3 months, you're not going to buy another house.
Yeah, wedded bliss. I hope he enjoys
But I got to give him credit, because his whole thing was, in this business, you never know when you're going to get hurt.
Right.
He's like, so if we live in the moment, if we get hurt, we need to plan for the future.
Wow. I'm impressed. I can't believe The Miz is planning for the future. Good for him.
Yeah.
If
And plus their house, the house they live in, I mean, come on now. You could put my house, your house, and Brian's house all in it, and we wouldn't see each other.
Eddie, I don't know if you've had a chance to talk to Phil Stamper lately, but there is a rumbling out there that MCW Pro is going to be next on that Flow Slam deal I was telling you about.
Actually, Phil did bring that up a little bit on Tuesday night this past week on Back to Basics when we broke the silence here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. And actually, talks are in the works as well for Global Championship Wrestling to be a part of the lineup.
It is so nice to be back on a reputable, respectable website like Beyond Ringside. I mean, and have true professionals run this show for once. This is such a great.
So, Eddie, I imagine we've blown through the first break of the evening here.
Oh, yeah. We're at 52 before the top. We're at 8 before the top of the hour right now.
All right, so we'll hit to the top of the hour and go for it. Midnight Black Mass is back tonight, correct?
Yes, it is. Making the return at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 Central.
Nice.
Did you see how he got into that? Hello, folks.
I pinged it on the iPad.
The world is a shameless plug waiting for somebody to mention it.
I'm going to have to erase
And
it.
somebody's pinging something.
Yeah, I know. I can hear.
Brian has pinged his phone.
Is this like that hearing test you had to take as a kid? If you can hear it, raise your hand.
I'm still trying to figure out how in the mortal hell Alexa Bliss has enough body weight to actually break a table.
If you throw her hard enough, I guess.
I don't even think
Baron Corbin can help her do it.
Look, the child can't break a Q-tip, okay? I don't think she could break a popsicle stick, much less a damn table.
Little STO type takeover there. Man, I got to tell you, since the brand split, SmackDown has been the show to beat. I haven't seen. I mean, Raw has highlights. Sasha and Charlotte have been tremendous, and there's highlights there, but the action and the wrestling that happens on SmackDown, whoa,
Yeah,
that was cool. Definitely been top.
Well, see, this has been the situation with SmackDown and Raw even before the brand split, because SmackDown relied more on in-ring action. Raw relied more on personality to get it through, and it's being that much more prevalent now after the brand split.
I mean, I'm watching Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch. I'm just watching the two of them, and what they're doing in the ring is a lot more... I wouldn't say smack. Are you?
I'm about to erase it. I want to make sure I erase the right one.
Brian is finally coming to us with an up-to-date iPhone. I'm happy for you. Happy for you, sir.
Was that pinging because of an iPhone, or was it pinging because, we're like searching for sanity?
No, my dumb butt forgot the password. So now I have to erase.
A fresh start doesn't hurt anything.
Right.
So he's going through.
Your password is Stan is a doofus, no spaces.
How'd you guess my network password, Rob?
Your network password is Rob is God, no spaces.
Yeah, but it never works. Get it?
Just like who it's named after. 6'4", bald-headed, and dumb.
Man, oh man.
See how I did that? I
What's
swerved
that?
it. So then you can't make fun of me because I made fun of myself. So ha-ha.
Very funny, Rob. All right, so I'm guessing here that this is no, not the disarmor. Ow. Look at that. In the table. Ow. So we've seen a figure 4 in the ladder and a disarmor in the table.
And she's not giving. She did not give.
She can't.
Oh, that's right. It's the tables match.
On Raw they do the bank statement through a railing. On SmackDown they do the disarmor through a leg of a table that you can't win on anyway.
So, do you think that we've seen the end of Charlotte versus Sasha, at least for now? Or are we going to see yet another rematch next week?
I think up next is Nia Jax. To get your mind off of Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I think Nia Jax comes out and she beats up Sasha for a couple weeks, and then she beats up Sasha to a point where she can pin her, and then Charlotte comes out and pins her.
Wow. How in the world are they going to finish this match?
In about 13 seconds.
Oh, well, alrighty then. Eddie says it's coming up.
What's coming up?
It looks like it's coming up.
Oh, sorry.
Well, thank you, Eddie Kreskin.
I said it looks like. I
the
said
problem is you got one feed there.
Oh, that's the.
the highlight. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm all confused now.
Thank you,
All right,
Barbarino.
Becky Lynch going to the top. Everybody likes to do this whole double foot stomp thing. Oh, never mind.
Sweet chinless music.
Where is James Ellard?
Oh, ouch, dude. I mean, that's gotta hurt, man.
I'm actually impressed. These two are putting on a better match than I thought they would. I mean, I knew Becky Lynch had it in her. I didn't know Alexa Bliss had it in her.
I'm enjoying it. I think that between the two of them, they could actually, if they keep the rivalry up, ouch, they could compete. I don't know if they'd be better, but they could compete with Sasha versus Charlotte. It's going to be a long time before somebody gets better than those two as far as wrestling matches, but you can compete with them, that's for sure. Ow. That one fan's way too happy. Go, Becky!
He hasn't been served a restraining order yet.
He's too excited for words. Oh.
Done.
The other guy's like, hey, I called in sick for work, and they're not supposed to know I'm here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yes! Alexa Bliss is the new champ! Let's hear it for Alexa Bliss!
Thanks.
I'm sorry, Rob. I forgot.
Alexa, Alexa, he was raising your hand when you told him to raise your hand.
Well, I mean, she's probably saying, eyes are up here, buddy.
There's nothing there to look at. I've looked.
Wow. Okay, well, Eddie is exploring quite a bit over here. Man.
Cleavage by Toys R Us. Oh, wait, no, that's Nikki Bella. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to...
Nikki Bella's is brought to you by Goodyear.
Oh, we're going to take our first break of the evening. When we come back, of course, there's more action to come right here on TLC. We may actually get through the main event before Midnight Black Mass. We'll see. Right back here on BeyondRingside.com, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, Corner to Corner. See you in a few.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Lane, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
What's up, everybody? It's Stan Grubb for Corner to Corner Wrestling Radio and the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Hey, join us every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the triple threat of wrestling radio goes live every week, giving you their thoughts and opinions on the world of professional wrestling. Myself, Brian, and Rob, all live, all here for you. And as my good friend Rob would say, from corner to corner and pillar to post, we bring it to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. BeyondRingside.com and ProWrestlingRadio.net.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Motor Fast Eddie Lane as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com.
We'll hear Brian in
Portions
hey, we're going to Black.
Portions of tonight's episode of Corner to Corner brought to you by Apple and their all-new iPhone that Brian's having a bitch of a time with.
No, this is the 6. I'm full, Bond.
Take it on in.
Set up a damn
Sorry, you little dirty whore.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, everybody. We're getting ready for the main event on TLC. Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles for the WWE World Championship. And we're reliving the beating that James Ellsworth took. This is bad.
Gentlemen,
So-
I got a question for the three of you.
Fire away.
If you were watching during the break on the WWE Network, they made a reference to the fact that John Cena would be guest hosting Saturday Night Live this coming Saturday night on the NBC Network. I asked a question during Beyond Ringside Live that I would like the opinion of the three of you. Would John Cena, in and of himself, have been as successful if he had gone to TNA rather than WWE? Rob?
No.
And why?
And why?
Yeah.
Because I think one reason about that John Cena is the way he is because of the WWE marketing machine. That TNA's marketing machine is just not at the caliber of being able to get someone like John Cena everywhere. I mean, the thing that helped John Cena is not only his charity work, but like the ever-evolving T-shirts, the fact he's on Regis and Kelly, and he's on all these shows, and I don't think TNA has the kick to be able to do that, or the pull, or the swag, or the testicular fortitude.
Okay, Brian.
Going back to when he started,
Yeah.
I think he would have made a difference for TNA. I don't think he would have been as popular, but I mean, you would have had classic matches between Cena and AJ, Cena and Joe, Cena and Christopher Daniels. I'm trying to remember some of the other guys back then.
Kazarian.
Storm, Kazarian,
Sabin.
Oh, Sabin, that would have been a good one. I think he definitely would have changed the landscape of TNA, and I don't think they would have been in the hardship they are today if they could have kept him. And he may very well have helped them become more of a international product, even though they do good overseas.
Yeah. I think when it comes to a guy like John Cena, he's marketable, he's adaptable. What we've seen very early on from John Cena up to now is that
his name is tattooed on Stan's chest.
Is that he can work with anyone. And so, I mean, the dream matches, the ideas that come to mind, it's just amazing. So, success-wise, as far as for himself individually, I think he'd have been a success, but I don't know if he would have been the star, like the hosting Saturday Night Live star that he is today, just by Rob's description there, because of the marketing machine that is WWE. Ultimately, TNA's undoing has never been about the wrestlers they've had, but it's always been about the mismanagement that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So while we would have seen some phenomenal matches, pun intended, especially with him versus AJ Styles, especially at that level that AJ Styles was at early on, and that John Cena was at that point. So you get to the point where would WWE have survived in the PG era without John Cena is really the better question. And I'm kind of thinking that they wouldn't have had such a successful run. They may have been in a lot worse shape right now if they were still afloat. Because at the time that Cena took over the main event, man, let's see, that's 2005-ish that he took over in main event. You had Triple H, but he was running down. Kurt Angle was only a year from being fired. Michaels was, by his own admission, not wanting the main event spot. The Undertaker, he was running down. Edge, unfortunately, was running down more than we actually knew. Randy Orton, I think they had tried and failed so many times with him in that main face level. I mean, I don't really know that they had anybody at that time. CM Punk was just getting his feet wet there, so maybe Punk would have broken through a little sooner. But, I mean, much like they did with him in 2011 and 2012, they defused his meteoric rise pretty fast. So I think WWE would have struggled a whole lot without John Cena.
I think it was, I can't remember which part of developmental it was. And by the way, congratulations to WWE for picking up, speaking of developmentals, they actually picked up a nice coup with the videotape, part of the videotape library from HWA, Heartland Wrestling. That's right. That's one of the other topics Phil and I spoke about this past Tuesday. But from there, you had that big four coming out of the class where it was actually Cena, Orton, Lesnar, and I think Batista.
Yep.
And lo and behold, last man standing, technically Randy Orton. And then because Cena's off doing the television show and he's off shooting a movie and he's getting ready to do Saturday Night Live, which, hey, dude, more power to you. Go make the damn money while you can. But, I really, if I were to have seen the John Cena versus Kurt Angle, Ruthless Aggression spot in TNA, I don't know if I would have taken it as seriously or been as optimistic about it as in TNA as I was in WWE. So that's where it's like, I honestly think that Cena, when he went WWE and went developmental and came up to SmackDown, lo and behold, I really think him being in WWE was a perfect fit, because not everybody can make that crossover. I'll throw it back one more quick question. Give me a one-person example of someone who would do just as well in TNA as they have done in WWE. Brian?
Who has done...
Who
would have done as well in TNA as in WWE?
Who do you think, who is the first person you think of that had the potential to do just as well in TNA overall in business as they have in WWE?
Ooh. Y'all come back to me.
Okay. Okay.
Pass.
Okay.
Answer in a moment.
Stan.
I mean, one of the guys that I knew that would be successful when he signed there, I didn't think he would be as successful as he was, but definitely be successful, was Bobby Lashley. And I'm not a huge fan of Bobby Lashley, but you can't deny his success. And he's been, can you say he's a mainstay now for them?
Yeah.
I mean, so if you're really looking at a guy that transitioned very well from WWE to MMA to TNA, and then made MMA and TNA both successful, short of Brock Lesnar, the only person I can really think of is Bobby Lashley. Booker T, Kurt Angle, Kevin Nash, those guys, they had their star, so they didn't have to worry about whether or not they're going to make it. Kurt Angle, the same example, but at the same time, I think he had more to prove with going to TNA because I think his confidence got hurt when he was fired. I mean, he knew he was in bad shape. He admits it freely, but he also, I think, had something to prove as far as he wasn't done yet. What we've seen with Vince McMahon is that he's very quick to consider somebody old, and done. I mean, he did it to Randy Savage. He did it to Hulk Hogan. And boy, did that turn out well for him, huh? He did it to Ric Flair. That's one of the reasons that Flair unfortunately left in '92, was that he was considered old by Vince McMahon at that point. In '92.
Yeah.
And Flair's best work wasn't even behind him yet. I mean, he still had, by that point, Flair was an 8-time world champion.
Okay.
So 8 more world championships? It's pretty phenomenal.
Rob?
I think if I had to say a guy, just getting back to the question in hand, I would definitely say Bobby Lashley.
Rob?
I am going to say, I'm going to say Kurt Angle. And there's 2 choices I had. I was thinking about Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe. Because Samoa Joe has had the same gimmick, the same character, and he didn't need WWE to make him a star. Once he was a star, he came to WWE. So he has made himself without the help of WWE's machine. But then you have Kurt Angle, who was a star, went to TNA, and then became the measuring stick, per se, of TNA. He became the world champ. He showed WWE that he wasn't done. And now there's the rumblings that, hey, he might even just come back to WWE. So there's mine.
Brian.
All right, so I'll go Christian.
Oh.
Simply because in the WWE, he was never really given a singles run before TNA. And then when he got to TNA, he had such a run that he became...
Not the trash can!
plus, I'm pretty sure, he in TNA Hall of Fame.
He is. He was the first inductee.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Only to then come back to the WWE and continue winning titles. So.
It's interesting you bring up Christian because that's a guy very similar to Kurt Angle who definitely had something to prove. WWE did not give him a true run until he had really solidified his own star and made himself in TNA. And this is the best part of that, when he won the title in TNA, it was still the NWA World title. So he's a former NWA champion, TNA World champion, and WWE World champion, which is a distinction that very few people have.
And not only that, but he was under WWE contract when they put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, which is just crazy. And Christian will get into the Hall of Fame, I think. Edge, isn't Edge in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Edge is in,
yeah.
Pretty sure.
So, I think you're going to see Christian get in for... realistically speaking, you could put him in for his tag team work and his mid-card work, but just overall accomplishments, I think he'll get in. Another guy that stands out to me, and Eddie, I'm sure you're thinking of it, is Raven. Because Raven was let go with very little fanfare in WWE. Was really never given a full shot there, except unless you count the hardcore title, which I don't think anybody does.
Even back in the Scotty
Flamingo or Johnny Polo, yeah. So Raven goes to TNA and ups his game even more because, we knew in ECW that Raven was a legit commodity. And in WCW, they even gave him a decent run. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. When he got to TNA, he took on Jeff Jarrett in probably the prime of his career. AJ Styles, who was just coming up, Rhino, who was in the prime of his career, and there's a whole number of other people that he went against that he helped put TNA on the map. If you think about it, he helped put CM Punk on the map.
Yeah. And
Julio De Niro. So when you think about that, you can't discount what Raven brought to TNA. It's a shame that Raven didn't get more of a shake in WWE because I think not just as a talent, but also as like a road agent, a booker, whatever you want to call him, he definitely has probably one of the brightest minds in the industry.
Oh, and then I think we're also forgetting the Hardys too.
Well, I think, but with the Hardys, they accomplished so much in WWE that even if they had only had a tag team run in TNA, they would have. You could still consider them a success because they had already made their own way. But Jeff Hardy was able to come off of his first release and really turn it into something positive in TNA. That's a good example. What do you think, Eddie?
That wasn't exactly the direction I was going with the question, but I think it works out pretty well because the way I was originally planning to go with the question was who would have.
Oh, you mean who never went?
Right. Who has never gone to WWE?
Oh, jeez. I misunderstood your
question.
No.
And
so if they had gone to TNA, would have had the biggest impact?
If they would have gone to TNA, how would they have done as well in TNA as they did in WWE? There is honestly one person that pops into my head. Chris Jericho.
He flirted with it in 2005.
Because remember, he was on that cusp.
Yeah.
In WCW. But because of the fact that you had the arrogant, rampant egos running wild at the top of the pecking order, that Jericho legitimately hit that glass ceiling. If Jericho would have gone Y2J in TNA, I think that would have been a complete game changer for Impact Wrestling. Because that would have been the coup of the century, getting him away from WCW, stealing him out from under WWE. And I really think that he would have gone on to be, once again, another multi-time world champion. I don't know if you'd have put the X Division title on him first, if you'd have put him straight into the world title mix, which would have been the smartest thing to do, because the guy had the skills that could run with the heavyweights. But from there, yeah, I really think he would have been a solid moneymaker for the company and for himself in TNA, just like he had. Now, do I think that he's attained higher in WWE than he might have in TNA? Only because of the machine backing him up.
I mean, when you look at his career up to 2004, which I think his big money payout by that point was his feud with Christian. I mean, yes, he was the undisputed champion, and yes, he had his feud with Triple H, but I think the biggest stage he performed on was WrestleMania 20. By that point, TNA was 2 years in, and had Jericho jumped ship at that point, I absolutely agree. I mean, it would have been a huge, huge moment for both TNA and for Chris Jericho. I mean, you look at guys like, I think if CM Punk had stayed in TNA, he could have made TNA into something big. But I mean, he saw the writing on the wall back then, which is why he got out. Another guy that I think
he saw the writing on a contract. That's why he got out.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of more zeros on this one. Wait, and my checks are on time. Oh, okay. I'm in for this. It's really an interesting question because, we saw so many guys get their start that we had no idea who they were, like James Storm and Chris Harris, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, Monty Brown. I mean, these are guys that we look at today and we're like, man, they were the best. Elix Skipper, I mean, in WCW, he was just coming up when the company folded, and had he gone to WWE, he would have just been another notch on the belt for somebody. I mean, he wouldn't have really been given a shot. I think maybe you could say the Hardys would have been big stars in TNA, if not bigger in TNA, because of the fact that they were so revolutionary with what they did in WWE. So, I mean, if we're just talking about like fantasy signings and rosters, yeah, I think the Hardys would have been a great example of that.
Yeah, personally, I hope AJ breaks his neck right now.
Breaks Dean's neck?
Yeah.
What? Wow.
Sorry.
Has anybody else noticed that the Undertaker has said a couple weeks ago he's going to come? I'm full time, digging holes and taking souls, and now we ain't seen him nothing.
Yeah, he's just kidding.
Yeah, but there's apparently a rumor that they want AJ versus the Undertaker. At WrestleMania.
What?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
That's crazy to me.
That would be called the Earn Your Keep Kid match.
Right? I mean, if The Undertaker is able to go with that kind of pace, we haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, if AJ can handle that beatings.
Right, yeah. Soup bones. As used to call him. He'd be throwing them hands. This gonna hurt. A little suplex on the chairs.
Oh! Something tells me that AJ would not get the Undertaker up for a Styles Clash. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, hell no. That's ridiculous. Somebody get AJ Styles a stretcher.
My only thing about this feud is they make Dean look so great compared to AJ Styles. And Dean is one of those people, if you take him out of the WWE, he flounders.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jon Moxley, when he was in CZW, I don't know that he
If you take him out of denim, he flounders.
Again, I mean, I think had he not gone to NXT or FCW at the time, Jon Moxley would still be in CZW right now, and he'd probably be just living for that payday, and that'd have been it.
Oh, AJ's trunks are busted.
Either that or he had an emergency moment.
No, I think they're ripped, kid. Could be the crack of the moon tonight.
I think AJ forgot that the old tried and true. Wear trunks under the trunks.
Does he wax?
Oh, come on. Nobody needs to know that.
I'm going commando tonight.
Because his last statement to himself was, "I'm not putting my underdrawers on. Look, these pants are always,
It's perfect. They never rip."
That's a first, though. I don't know if I've ever seen them rip.
I'm not so sure I want to see it again either, to be honest with you.
Dean Ambrose beat the tail hole off of him.
Beat the tail hole.
Okay, that's funny.
Well,
Hashtag tail hole.
That's funny right there. That's right.
From his butt? Oh, what the? Oh, through the table. Ouch. Oh. Good night.
This could be another one of them spark plug Holly cuts.
Oh, speaking of Bob Holly. Bob Holly wrestled against Sami Callihan last night at House of Hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a matchup. Callihan taps him out, which I can't believe. Holly's working House of Hardcore, and he taps out Sami Callihan. But this happens. Holly grabs the mic, says, "Hey, you got me, kid. You beat me." Callihan smacks his hand away to walk away. So then, to totally no-sell the whole I just submitted to a leg submission, Holly beats him up, grabs his manager, pulls him in the ring, beats him up, and hits him with the Alabama Slam. I was just scratching my head. I'm like, you just tapped out to a leg submission, but you're great. You just beat everybody up. It's cool. Ouch.
At least his butt's not hanging out on the WWE network.
and Twitter's blowing up. AJ. Oh no, AJ broke his ass.
Hashtag AJ's ass crack.
Oh, AJ's pants don't want none.
That's funny.
You can't see me.
So I have to do
that
this.
That girl's not cheering the match. She's just cheering for AJ's ass crack.
Okay. Does this mean that AJ's? Damn it! I'll try it again. Take 3. So does this mean that AJ's trunks had a very bad visit in the Ambrose ass-ilum?
Oh.
Now, what trends faster, Ric Flair's penis or AJ's ass crack?
This is the worst. And and unfortunately, it's like a bad train wreck. You just can't turn your head away because the rip just keeps getting bigger. Oh! Ow. Yeah, he's bleeding from his butt. AJ Styles is bleeding from his butt. This is getting more uncomfortable by the second. People are tweeting pictures of SpongeBob with torn pants saying AJ right now. You guys are messed up. These wrestling fans need Jesus. This is bad.
He's got delicate cheeks.
Oh! Ouch. AJ just ate the table. Ow.
Mother.
So am I correct to assume that it's like a ladder match ending, like AJ, like somebody has to climb the ladder and take the belt?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, I was just trying to make sure. I was clarifying the rules for those following along at home.
This is getting bad. AJ's just you know what? It must have been that chair shot when he flipped them into the chairs.
Oh, they cut him?
Yeah.
That's quite possible.
None of the broadcasters are like, "Here, let me help you. Here's a towel." No, they're just like
cheek to cheek, bell to bell.
It's a real tongue-in-cheek kind of moment, huh?
Bad.
You're bad.
Only you would think about your tongue and that cheek.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I wish I'd never said that.
No.
Hey.
All we have to do is back this up a few seconds. This is live wrestling radio right here.
Remember, Stan, you're the one who hung it out there. Everybody else just decided to split before
Wow.
Oh, you missed the better part of the line. Damn. Everybody else just decided to split before we made the comment.
Oh, that's so funny.
That just proves that AJ puts it out. Stan likes to lick.
Come on.
Oh, this is...
Oh! Ouch! Yeah, he may have cracked a rib or two.
Or his pants.
You think he owes Dean Ambrose money or something? Because he's hitting him pretty hard this whole time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand. Every time Dean gets a hold of AJ just like straight up just takes the ass whooping.
Well, I think everybody has that one guy that the way they write it is that this is the guy that just takes it to you every time. And then there's always that guy that you know you're going to beat.
Well, you think about like Flair. Like how many Flair's job was to travel around different territories and making everybody believe that their guy could beat him.
Yeah.
You know, and he would do it by like their guy would like whoop his butt.
Ellsworth to save the day.
Oh God, no, please.
Oh, it's going to happen.
We've already seen cheeks. We don't need to see no chin.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Oh, man.
And speaking
Anybody
of,
ever
I mean, it made a big deal. Oh, he's at home.
Yeah, he's resting comfortably.
Yeah.
by the way, real quick, I know we're at 29 before the top of the hour. I'm going to step away for a couple minutes. Go ahead and take us all the way to the top. Don't worry about the bottom of the hour break.
Got it.
Yay.
BRB AFK.
Rolling.
Rolling, baby.
If they end another pay-per-view at 10:30. Yeah.
Here comes Brock Lesnar. No, wait, it's Goldberg. Brian still hasn't recovered from the hurt that Goldberg put on him. You'd have thought he was in the ring with Goldberg.
I guess that was my Undertaker moment. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Because when Brock beat the Undertaker, it was funny to me. It was
phenomenal forearm.
Ooh. You know, it was like the greatest thing ever. And then here's Goldberg just freaking straight up 1.5 minutes goal or Brock Lesnar. You're like, you mother! I've been waiting for this.
But there again, though, like Brock Lesnar, everybody's got that one guy, and I think that's the guy. Brock Lesnar's guy is Goldberg. He can just beat the tar out of everybody else, but Goldberg's the one guy. Although, if they take it to WrestleMania, which I'm figuring that that's what they're heading to, that could be where Brock really just obliterates Goldberg.
Yeah, I think that's where it goes to WrestleMania.
We want Ellsworth.
Now, I'd be curious to know if they don't start Goldberg and Lesnar 1 and 2 at the Rumble.
Oh, and then I'm start chucking people out as they come in.
Yeah, or them two eliminate each other before number 3 gets in there. Because how else are you going to take them out?
Do you think they'll ever do like another 40-man Royal Rumble?
Oh, that might be a good idea. Well, with the brand split, isn't that why they did it the first time?
This is going to hurt. Mark James says, let's go butt cheek. That's awesome. Oh, hey, I got to watch last night on it was on Facebook. I got to watch
How come that brought up a thing you wanted to watch on Facebook after thinking about Mark Henry and butt cheek?
I don't know. It's getting awkward over here. Oh!
Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Brian, just keep a watch where his hands are.
They're on the keyboard. I got to watch Mike Quackenbush come out of retirement last night to take on Drew Gulak at the season finale for Shikara. And this was actually Shikara's way of doing a send-off for Drew Gulak, who's full-time with WWE now. It was a great matchup.
Dean's about to go through a table.
It gonna hurt. He's thinking about it.
I think it's going to hurt very much so.
It didn't hurt.
Because they still got 2 tables set up on the outside. In about the right position.
Oh, no.
Oh,
ow, 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 ow. Man. No way he could skin the cat. Ain't gonna happen. Yeah, he's not gonna. I thought for a second he was gonna pull himself up. I was like, no way. This is a great match. Fans in the front row keep laughing because they see AJ's butt. Ain't that funny? That man is
I wonder if he knows. Like, where'd that breeze come from?
I'm sure he knows. I'm sure Dean's like, sorry, man.
Oh,
And Dean is dead. I repeat, Dean is dead. Jeez. Referee checking on Dean Ambrose. Oh! Man. This should make up for the Survivor Series main event, I think.
No.
No? This is a tremendous TLC. And we got to even see blood. Now, granted, it's not normally the way we would like to see it, but it's happening. Right now.
I tell you, I've never had this problem with a pay-per-view. With this, the streaming crap.
Could be. Let me close this part. See if that helps.
No, it was acting up before you started.
Oh, okay.
So, you're good.
I've been watching it on the Kindle Fire Stick, and it hadn't buffered once in the hotel.
It's not. Well, I guess it's running at different speeds sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
All right, AJ is going for the spiral tap, I think. He's got him on a table. Oh, 450 through the table.
And then he lands on his face.
Oh, my God.
So how is that not supposed to hurt the person giving as well receiving?
Judging from the look on both of their faces, it hurt both. And Dean's just laying there.
Yeah. Now, I will have to say, though, that AJ looks to be in better shape than Dean as far as the...
You mean like conditioning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Dean looks like he's about out of it.
You know, had AJ not had his shoulders, had more of his chest landing there, he probably would have been really hurt. I think the reason he's able to keep going is because of the fact that
WWE put mats there.
Well, that helps too.
I mean, if this was circa 10 years ago, that would have been concrete floor.
And he'd have been dead.
Ricky Morton ain't got nothing on me.
All right, so now somebody's about to go through a table.
Well, there's a table on that side, table on that. Yeah, table on the left.
Because now he's adjusting the ladder because where it wasn't good enough.
It's Ellsworth. Hey, if you got two hands, you got a fighting chance.
So you think Dean gets the super kick?
No chin music.
Is Dean up? Go help him up. Help him up and super kick the crap out of him.
He's moving. Dean's moving.
No, he just kicked him. That's all it was. It wasn't nothing major. He ain't dropped him yet.
Grabbed him by his mullet. Or skullet.
Yeah, he's got a fresh mullet.
This could hurt. Not again. Not again. Please, no. That man's got a family.
Are we back?
Takes the save. Oh! Dirty deeds on the steps. Get in the ring. Now the crowd's like, no. Crowd does not want Dean Ambrose to win. This is crazy. I take it back. So we got some fans. Didn't sound like we had them.
Nah, I don't think you still probably don't have as many as you think.
Wow. I mean, he just did dirty deeds on the steps. I don't know if you're gonna see this turn out any other way. Oh no!
If he'd stop walking spastically.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Technical difficulties here. Oh, there we go. Here we go. We're back. He's still climbing though. He's still trying to figure it out. I can do this.
Were you having issues, or was this just Dean?
Probably a bit of both.
AJ's back in there.
Wow, man.
Ellsworth is just sitting there.
Hey, Gonzo Fierce Roscoe, if anybody wanted to know.
Come on, what the?
Oh, he's still sitting there. Oh,
here he goes! Here he comes!
no! Here comes the moment! Here comes the moment! Oh, Ellsworth's in the ring.
Oh!
Down goes Dean! I can't believe it. Ellsworth has turned the tables, literally. That's what happens when you make fun of a man with no chin.
So, do you think he's got a club shirt on underneath?
Don't sweep me, bro. Uh-oh, look at him. Oh, Dean is, Dean can't believe it. Wow.
Climb the ladder, Ellsworth.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if Ellsworth should climb the damn ladder.
Oh, wow. That would have been awesome if Ellsworth just took the belt.
Don't get up there, AJ. You know y'all are going to hug in a second. I'm telling you, I think I see the double T-shirt coming off.
That would be awesome. It looks like he's got a pretty big shirt on there.
Yeah. He should at least go cover Dean, though.
I mean, he's wearing a medium, and it's still too big on him. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? Ellsworth should go jump on Dean so he can't get up.
Hold his leg. No, no.
He's got that girdle hashtag, also AKA like,
Is he still wearing
rib
that
brace
girdle thing he had?
No, are you kidding me?
Crazy. So is Dean moving?
He's wearing Gold Dust girdle from a few years ago.
Yeah!
I can't believe it. AJ retains the title.
They pulled it off.
The greatest swerve in wrestling history.
How long ago did you call this one? I think you called it first.
I've been saying this since Ellsworth came to SmackDown.
Now, do they got a title for him to get?
They'll give him one from the souvenir stand.
Dean, I can't believe he got me.
That is awesome. What a great main event.
Poor Ellsworth.
TLC, SmackDown, again, delivering a solid show. Wrestling action the entire time. Really don't think there was a snooze match.
But do you think Dean should just be laying there between two tables with his eyes open the whole time, just looking up?
That's just crappy. That's a good way to find out you're not getting pushed anymore. You're just going to stand there, or sit there, and lay there and look at me the whole time.
And then at the end he closes his eyes. Oh, I'm going to take a nap now. I'm just going to take a nap now.
I'm so sad. Ooh, wow. He's probably like, this sucks.
I want to go to Raw.
Some no-chin maniac just drop me. Wow.
That is funny. Oh, table. Don't want to rip my trunks.
Yeah, AJ.
Oh, look, now he's got his eyes closed.
He's like this.
He's peeping.
Is the camera off yet? Wow. Solid pay-per-view. Great outing. Look, talking smack.
Jump off the table.
Coming up next, we've got The Miz, Maurice, Baron Corbin, and the new women's champ, Alexa Bliss. Screen fades to black with AJ Styles at the top of the ladder with the belt.
And again, I'm reminded that somebody said that he was just going to punk AJ out.
You're right. You're going to beat up that little twerp. Beat him more, huh? Yeah, no. Wow. Well, let's see here. We got to get ready to make room for the Midnight Black Mass. They're going to be back live. The third part of the trifecta coming back tonight. Final thoughts on TLC?
I don't know if I really like being the middle.
The middle?
Yeah. We're like the Oreo in the Oreo double stuff.
You're the one who said double stuff, not us.
We're the cream.
This is uncomfortable on this side. Eddie, help us.
I've been working on therapy for y'all for a while. It doesn't always work out.
I thought it was good. I'm happy AJ won.
Eddie.
Yes.
Final thoughts on TLC, sir?
Not bad. Not bad at all. Better than I thought it was going to be. Of course, by the same token, it's a really tricky road. I think the weakest link in the entire show was actually Nikki Bella and Carmella. from that vantage point. Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, excellent outing. Even Kalisto and Corbin look decent. I'm really not happy with the Ziggler-Miz scenario, but something, hey, what the hell? It is what it is, and maybe they'll find something better to do with Ziggler down the road, and with Ellsworth pulling the swerve.
Ellsworth's first opponent is going to be, what's her name there?
Renee Young?
Yeah.
No.
Look at how upset she is that her boyfriend lost.
Because of that no-chin maniac.
There's going to be hell to pay.
Rob, final thoughts on TLC, brother?
Quality pay-per-view. I mean, I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I thought there was key moments missed in Survivor Series, but I think you had key moments here, and two champs, and so we'll see. We'll see how they take the Wyatt family winning the titles, finally getting a title back. Some titles in the Wyatt family, and we'll see if they don't just give it right back to Becky Lynch tomorrow or on Tuesday.
So, all in all, I mean, if I'm having to give this pay-per-view a grade, I'd say it's to quote Stephanie McMahon, a solid B+. Good show. I would agree with Eddie as far as the stumbling point was Nikki Bella and Carmella, although this is probably the best showing that Carmella has had since her turn. They've got to do something about the entrance, though, and they got to get her a little bit more aggressive, I think. They need to do something else to help her out.
Well, I mean, I just think that the crowd just wasn't into her. They haven't been into her this whole... The whole beginning of the feud had no... there was no reason,
Right.
Nikki never snubbed her. Nikki never, used her to get a top... if they'd have done some backstory where, Nikki would have... they'd been a photo shoot and Nikki pushed her away or something like that. But for her to just come out and be like, I don't like you, blah, 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 blah. And?
Alexa Bliss, we were just noticing, she looks a little different.
She is breaking character.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely in regular person mode. That's cool. Really cool. All right, so let's see here. Rob, where can they find you on social media, sir?
Oh, she's crying.
At Rob Hefner on Facebook, at Rob Hefner on Twitter, and Rob is God on... No, I'm kidding. RDHUWP at the Instagram. And on the MySpace, you could find me at You Should Not Have MySpace.com.
Brian, they're going to catch up to you.
Yeah, well, nothing's ever changed. This is not my cup of tea. Because y'all yell at me when I do it because I do the wrong one.
I mean, last time you did it, you gave your home address. You're like, hey, come
on
over now.
He can't even get Siri to talk to him.
Yeah, I couldn't get Siri to talk to him.
Brian can be found on Twitter at STRCP21. He is on Facebook as well. The show can be found at cornertocornerwrestling.com. Corner to Corner Show on Facebook. C2C Radio Show on Twitter, and Corner to Corner on Instagram. Of course, you can catch up to me at Stan from Krypton on Twitter, Stan Grub on Facebook, and that be that. Fabulous edition here of Corner to Corner. Great pay-per-view. We will be back next week live, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Good to be back here on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. You guys have a great one. We'll see you next week.
What's the next?